What's cracking, cousin? It's your favorite cousin Ken here at the Lighthouse ATL. This is the Divine Feminine headquarters, and yes, this is your favorite cousin Ken from the YouTube channel Can Be the Light. I know many of you are like, Ken, where you been? What's been going on? Well, I took 3 years off from work to work on myself. So no relationship, no job, no business, no nothing. Just strictly working on myself. And I have been guided to come back and help a powerful community of women that are deciding to do the same thing. No longer working hard, releasing all toxicity from your life, and connecting to your true divine feminine identity. I will be here every week, every Monday, with spiritual guidance for you ladies. I'm so excited to work with you, and congratulations to the new you. Hey cousin, it's your favorite cousin Ken here at the Lighthouse ATL. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about the woman and what the woman wants in a relationship. So, ladies, you know, I have been on my TikTok and on YouTube talking about relationships and really, getting to the bottom of why our relationships are not working, why they're not successful, which I really believe that relationships work exactly how they should. So even if you feel like you've been in a failed relationship, it worked for your benefit either way, but I know that, most people feel like their relationship is unsuccessful if it doesn't last, but, relationships last for as long as they should. And I just, that's my belief. But when it comes to, having so-called failed relationships, we are going to start having a discussion about why do our relationships fail? Why are they not successful? And I will say from my own experience, because your favorite cousin Ken, listen, I was in a relationship for many, many years, and I know a lot about relationships. And I know for a fact that most of the time when we get into a relationship, we are not very clear about what it is that we want. And that's a good thing, right? Because, of course, we live in this world of duality. So we must go through what we don't want in order for us to know what it is that we do want. So in relationships, ladies, we have to be very clear about what it is that we want from the men in our life. And I know that, when you meet a man and he all fine and everything, he got a going on or whatever, you be like happy, and you know how we get, we get like a little girl when we get us a good man or whatever. But let's not lose our mind here. Let's keep our, head on the swivel, and let's be clear about what it is that we want. So I was talking to my daughter, which I always do because, she's about to be 18. So she's about to go out into the world. So I have just, this short amount of time to give her as much information as I can. Not too much, but, just having talks with her about what to expect and different things, just teaching her along the way, because I believe that, when she turns 18, that is her time to start to experience, to learn from experience. So we were having a conversation about relationships and about friendships. And she has, her own friends here that are guys. And I just think that it's so dope. Like being here in Georgia, listen, it has changed my perspective when it comes to having male friends, because I grew up having male friends, but of course I grew up in a different environment. So I grew up having, friends from the hood, your homies on the block, you know what I'm saying? It was just kind of like different, versus her and her friends. Her male friends are actually like the same as her girlfriends. Like when I grew up with my male friends, it wasn't like that. Like I didn't look at my guy friends as like my actual like friends. They were more like my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like we would share shirts. Okay. Cause I was like, a tomboy back then. So it's like, if I had a little flannel on or whatever and they wanted or whatever, they're like, Ken, I like that flannel. Let me wear that. I'll give it to them. You know what I'm saying? Now I wouldn't wear their shirt because no. Yeah, no, the boys. No. But, that's just how we was. You know what I'm saying? We used to drink after each other, smoke after each other. It was just different. But like now, like her friends, like her guy friends, they actually are like close. Like there's no difference between her guy friends coming over and her girlfriends coming over. It's pretty much the same. And it's like, I just look at it differently because I realized that like a lot of the young guys here anyway, in this environment, they were raised differently. So they're not like in these relationships where it's like, you have to think about them like being sexual towards each other or anything like that. It's not like that. It's really like they just are friends. And so it really changed my perspective because I used to believe that, if you're in a relationship with a guy, then it's like, he may be trying to get at you at some point or whatever. But no, it's really not like that. Like you really can be friends with a guy. And so, it had me thinking about like when I was younger, like, I had guy friends and I knew that, we were just friends. But I also knew that if we ever crossed that line, it would be up to me to cross it. You know what I'm saying? So we were talking about how it's important to just have that friendship with guys in your life, period. Regardless if you're just going to be their friend or even if you're going to be in a relationship with them, like introduce yourself and get to know this person as your friend, like just like you would do with your girlfriends. And I think that for women, a lot of times we don't do that. It's like we meet a guy and if we are looking at him a certain type of way, if he check off certain boxes, we're automatically putting him in the husband category. You know what I'm saying? We're already thinking about the day of the wedding. We're already thinking about meeting his mom and him. And it's like, no, like you don't have to do all that. Like just be his friend, like get to know him as a person. Because this is what I was telling her, like even from my own experience, I know that once you cross the line with the guy, it's over. It's like it's something in them that changes. Either they'll become like really controlling and always want to be around you all the time, or it'll be the opposite where you'll just be like, dang, like, what's going on? We were just cool. And then, you cross that line and it's like, he's not calling me. He's not coming around anymore. It's like, it can go either way. But as long as you are a guy's friend, if you are his friend, he will do anything for you. Like he will give you anything. You won't have to ask for it. Even like her friend today, he came over and she was doing his hair because my daughter does hair. So she was doing his hair and we had went to the store and all these other type of things. And she was like, everywhere they went, he was like saying that he wanted to pay for everything. Like he's just like, I got it, I'll get everything for you. And then she has another guy friend. He's the same way. He's like, he'll take her and all of their girlfriends out and pay for everything. Like, no, I got it. And I was just like telling her, like, it is so important to make a guy feel needed in that way because my daughter, she has it herself, right? So she'll be like, no, I got it. You don't have to do that, and she'll pay for it. But then I told her it's very important for you to, help him, like, make him feel like he's useful. Let him pay. If he wants to pay, let him pay, because that makes him feel good about himself. So, I'm really teaching her about the importance of allowing a guy to do things for her and how she should want that. Like you want to have guys in your life that are going to have your back. And I think that, as women, as adult women, we have to reparent ourselves because a lot of us we weren't taught. Okay. I know a lot of people feel like, well, your dad should teach you this and, your parents should teach you that. But realistically, if you come up in a certain environment, you don't have that. So we're not going to talk about who should have did what and what should have been done because it ain't done. Okay. It wasn't done and it is what it is. We're just a product of that environment. Now it's a different world. There's so much information. We are all helping each other up in this new world. And I feel like now, we can really reparent ourselves. So when it comes to a relationship, it's like build the friendship first, like get to know the guy, like spend months with him, like consistent time with him. Because one thing about guys is they're going to always like tell you what they want, They'll tell you straight up, like, if they want a relationship, if they don't want a relationship, if they want children, if they don't. Like, men are very open. And that's why I say men are so easy to read if you take the time to read them. If you don't automatically assume that this is who he is, this is what he wants based off of what you want as a woman, So it's very important to, number one, establish the friendship, and then number two, like, decide what it is that you want. So I was also talking to my daughter about, letting the man do things for you. And I was telling her that, a lot of times as women, we can take care of ourselves. We get to a certain age, we can take care of ourselves, and we don't necessarily need a man for stability. So I know that a lot of people think that a woman wants a man for stability. And I mean, that's partially true, but I mean, we all know that women nowadays can take care of themselves. Like, we can take care of ourselves. We don't need a man to take care of us financially. Is it better to spend somebody else's money than to spend your own? Absolutely. I mean, even with the bank, I'd rather spend the bank money than spend my own. So, yes, it is better to spend someone else's money to take care of you, than to spend your own. But at the end of the day, we don't necessarily need a man for stability. What I believe that makes a healthy partnership between a man and a woman is having a man that is there to support you. This is a man, I'm not talking about love, okay? Let's just take the love out of it. I'm talking about, like, just thinking about the friendship. When you have a friendship with a guy, have you ever just been like friends with a guy, like for real, this is just your friend. You know that this person supports you no matter what you do. Anything that you need, he's going to be right there. If you call him and you tell him that you're having a problem, he's going to be right there for you. If you say, hey, I want to do this, crazy thing, right? He's not going to tell you not to do it. Maybe he may say, do you really want to do that or whatever, but if you decide that this is what you're going to do, he's not going to be on you, making you feel like, he's your father and all that stuff. No, he's going to let you do it, and he's going to, be there to support you. So I feel like, with a healthy relationship between a man and a woman, it is good for men definitely to recognize that the woman has her own free will. She has her own mind. She has her own purpose and everything. And what she really needs is somebody to support her no matter what it is that she decides to do. Because I'm telling you, when we get in relationships with men, a lot of times they feel like women are now their responsibility. And baby, I just don't know about that. I just, it's different for me because I have a different connection with spirit, and I know who my source is. I know where my help comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I know what it's like not to work and not to bring in money and still have everything taken care of. You know what I mean? That's a different side. That's a whole nother vibration, because I know what it's like to make money and thousands of dollars on my own and take care of my own bills. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about not even working, and things are still working out just as if I was still working. You see what I'm saying? So when a man comes into the life of a woman that is spiritually connected, he has to be solid within himself and not needing a woman to need him, because a lot of men need to heal from that. They need to heal, because if you feel like, as a man, if a man is listening, if you feel like the woman needs to need you in order for you to feel valuable, then that's an issue. Okay? That's an issue, because women do not need a man for stability. We just don't. We need a man that's solid, loyal, and supported. But for stability, I don't believe that. I really don't believe that, because you can be stable as a woman on your own, especially if you are doing the spiritual work and you are spiritually connected to the source. Spirit will get you together. All right. You don't need a man to teach you how to be a woman when you have your creator, the one that created you, on you. in you, around you, baby. You're going to get checked all the time. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't really need a man for that. But we just have to really be clear about what it is that we want in a relationship. And then, really moving forward with somebody that has the ability to support you, because a lot of men, they are dealing with their own trauma. We just have to be real. They're dealing with their own issues. They're dealing with everything that they're going through as well. And I believe that a healthy woman will be able to support the man no matter what it is that he decides to do. Whatever it is that he's doing, a healthy woman is just going to support him. He doesn't need the woman for anything. He just needs support. We all just need support, in my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think, okay? What do y'all think? Because I know, there are women out there that say, no, Ken, no. I need a man to pay all my bills. I need a man to do all these things. And I'm not against none of that, okay? If you feel like that your man is supposed to pay for everything in your life and all that, I'm not against that, okay? Because honestly, I know that in any relationship that I'm in, a man is going to be financially taking care of me. So I'm not against it, but I'm saying, do you need it? Because I believe that what we need, we already have it. You know what I'm saying? We already have that from spirit. Everything we need, we already have that. So everything else is just an addition. It adds on to what we already have. So be clear, ladies, because I know a lot of you are getting into relationships. You're meeting new people, and it is so good to have somebody that loves you and really knows you, on a soul level. Somebody who really cares about you and wants to know how they can be there to help you. But I feel like, when we jump the gun and we move so fast and, we're already in the stage of having sex within the first couple of months of meeting a person, you really can't know a person if you just met them a few months ago. You know what I'm saying? And I know that a lot of women want to be in relationships. Of course, we all do. Everybody wants to be in a relationship, but it's like, how long do you want it to last? Because I know this about men, like hanging around men and talking to men all my life. I know that once they have sex with you, they lose that, like, they lose the value of the relationship. It's like they almost feel like you're like everybody else, But you remember how, like, back in the day, you would hear about how the women back in the day, they would make a man wait so long. Like, they would just make him wait so long that by the time he actually gets to the point of having sex with her, he's like, look, I need to marry this woman. Like, I need to be with her. Like, because he had to wait so long and he had to work for it. So, like I was telling my daughter, it's good to make a man feel valuable and needed, but it's also good to make him work, because that's what men like. They like that challenge. They like to know that, they have something to work for every day that they wake up. That makes them feel valuable. They like to be able to do things for you. So that's why I'm saying, when you do get a man, absolutely you want your man to do things for you, because that makes him feel valuable. And like I said, it's always better to have somebody else to help you than for you to do all the heavy lifting on your own. But at the same time, you should already be stable within your own life, right? You should already have everything that you need, and you should know what it is that you want. And if you're not getting the support that you need, not just financially, because if a person can just give you financial support, but they cannot support what it is that you do, they can't support your mission, they don't support who you are as a person, then that relationship is not necessarily going to be beneficial long term, because they don't support who you are. So trust me, I know what it's like to have a man to take care of you financially, but when it comes to supporting you and the things you want to do, it's like, no, because I had a different vision for you as my woman. It's like, what? Excuse me, sir? Last time I checked, I have my own mind, okay? I have my own will and I have my own thing. But, you have to be careful, because, it's good to be in a relationship with a guy and he has a vision and he has all these things great going on in his life, and he sees you in his life being this particular woman or whatever you are to him. That's beautiful. But you also want to make sure that whatever he sees for you is also what spirit has guided you to see for yourself. Like, is that in alignment with who you are? Or are they trying to make you somebody that they want you to be? Because there's a lot of men out here, they want women to be what they want them to be. And we're just not on that time anymore. We're not on that time. And the sooner the men understand that the woman has her own power, it is very different from theirs. Once they can respect the fact that we have our own mind, we have our own power, and it actually is more beneficial for them to let us be free to do what we want to do, and they just support us, it will make, oh my God, amazing relationships. I think that relationships will last so much longer once we actually have friendships and we just can learn to support each other. Not trying to put a title on a person, not trying to transform a person, not trying to make somebody be what you want them to be. Both men and women do this, but just allowing people to be who they are. Like I always say, like a man that I'm with, I don't want him to be anything for me. Like I want him to be who he is to me. Like whoever you are, just be that in my life. That's it. Like I don't need you to be somebody else for me. What do you need me to do? Be yourself. Do what you want to do. What do you want to do? And then, as a woman, you decide, okay, is this what I want? And then you let them know, I like this, I don't like that. It just should work. It just should flow. But we got to really get out of this, needing one another in a relationship, because we don't need one another, but it's just better to work together. It's just like having a business. Like you can run a business on your own. You can start it up. You can do all the work. You can do everything. Like if you really are about that entrepreneur life, you know that you can do a lot on your own. But when you have people come in and help you and partner with you, it just makes it so much better and you can go so much further. So it's just better to be in relationships. But is it necessary? Will you die if you don't have a partner? No. Are you incomplete because you don't have a partner? Absolutely not. You're already whole and complete, regardless if you have a partner or not. And once we understand that and we accept that, then we'll stop thirsting and longing for somebody to come in and complete us because we're already complete. Then the relationship will come into your life and you won't even expect it. That's why they say you fall in love, not because it's a bad thing and it's, a terrible accident, but we fall in love because it's so unexpected. Who expects to fall in love? Nobody. Who expects that today I'm going to go out and be in a relationship? I'm going to meet the person I'm going to be with for the next 10 years. You don't know. You're just living your life and you meet somebody and it just works, So, I just believe in the flow of relationships. And I really think that relationships would last a lot longer if we would remove the attachment to the relationship and just be friends with people. Like, remember when you used to make friends when you were younger? It was just so carefree. The person lived on your block, you're outside one day, they're outside one day, you just start talking, and then before you know it, you're over each other's house back and forth every day, running up and down the street eating freeze pops. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you like them and they like you. It should just be like that. But oh my goodness, it's so much pressure to be in relationships nowadays. It's just not even fun anymore. It's just not even fun. It's not even fun to date because you already know that it's like an interview. Like you're going on an interview with this person. Like this person is just wanting to know, well, who are you? What's your background? Where do you work? What kind of job do you have? How much money do you make? Because they want to know how you fit in their life. What can you do for me? And it's like, why can't I just be supportive to you? What do you have going on? What do you have going on? Why come I just can't be supportive to you and you just can't be supportive to me? Why can't we just can't exist in the same space? Just be. And then if we like being together, then we just like being together. But I know women, we do it the most. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Men, yeah, they do it too. Of course, men do it. But women, baby, we got it bad. We got it bad. And then when the man does not end up being the thing that we want them to be, then we gonna say, "Oh, these men, they're terrible. Is there any good men out there?" It's like, no, girl, with them claws. Put them claws up, trying to claw into this man all the time. Leave him alone. So, leave the man alone. I think that once we remove the expectation, then it just flows. And then I know, like, men love when things can just be like, they just love that when it just is what it is. You just let it be what it is. You don't have to have sex with the man. You control that part. So as long as you're not having sex with the man, literally, y'all can just have the best time together, just existing in the same space together. And then wherever it goes there. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all think about that. I don't know why, I've just been thinking about, relationships a lot. So I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one. Everybody's probably out there thinking about relationships. I know a lot of people are coming into partnership with their divine partners, and some people are going around and around with karmic cycles. And either way, it's not wrong. It's all necessary. But if, you really want to be in a long-lasting relationship, I know the key to being in a long-lasting relationship is just to allow that person to be who they are, you be who you are, and then you both exist together. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, cousin. If you're interested in joining our powerful community of women supporting each other through our healing and transformation journey, make sure that you look for the Lighthouse ATL on all social media platforms: YouTube, TikTok, not on Instagram, but Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere else. Look for the Lighthouse ATL, okay? You do not have to do it on your own. We are done with these solo dolo missions, okay? We're going to work together. We're going to heal together. We're going to cry together. We're going to laugh together. We're going to travel together. Listen, join our level up movement, and I will see you soon. Bye.